Okay, guys, welcome to the session. And everyone, please clearly see the message on the screen so that you are not disturbing other people. And also, uh, you are able to communicate and ask the questions by using the chat box. And now, let me proceed for talking about the target of today's session. And the target of the today's session is to understand how we can work on a database level in Salesforce. That is what we are going to see, how to work on database level, what kind of things we can do in Salesforce. Because in every technology, database is important. If no database, no data. So in Salesforce, how we can manage this and how we can perform this activity. So let me tell you about this one by one. And here, before that, we are having some prerequisite, and let me tell you something about that also. So the prerequisite is that if you can see something like this in the chat box of your go-to meeting, then please look at the screen and understand what to select and what not to select. And now this will be easy for you to communicate in the session. And another prerequisite is we are going to have some assumptions before you start the journey. And what is that assumption? Let me tell you. Ashok, check your chat box. And now here we are going to assume.
So point number one, we are going to assume we have no idea about Salesforce. What is Salesforce? We don't know, but we somehow got the job. Okay. Point number two, we are going to assume we have a client ready and the client company is monster.com. We are going to assume that. And please note here, we are going to also assume that we are actually having a project also.
We are working on an industry level project and we are going to. And finally, after this, we are going to also assume that the project is going to be start from next session. Please note, we are going to start a project and that will be from the next session we are going to start. But right now, we are building the background of the project so that a new person like you will be able to understand what Salesforce is, and also a new person like you will be able to give a proper quality and a good performance in the project activities or the regular sessions that we are going to start from the next session onwards. That's the reason these sessions are conducted. And please note, initially client will make the payment to Salesforce because that is area of client, and assume that that's also done. And now let's move ahead in the journey. Right now we are having meeting with the client and let us see what client is saying. Now please note here client is saying for like guys, I have arranged the money and I have paid the money for Salesforce. Now I'm looking for some actions. The environment is ready. And now in that environment of Salesforce, I want to start working. How? So we are asking what you want to do exactly. Customer is saying that see, what I want is I want you me to give a screen in Salesforce where I can enter the data I'm having in my business. And for that purpose, I want a specific screen from your side. Means what exactly? Now let me show you what customer is saying exactly. And here we go. So customer is saying that exactly I need a screen like this where I will be having some fields like this where me and my junior we will be able to enter the data into that, and the data will go to the database table. So this is what we want. We said okay sir, fine, we will do that. And finally meeting with customer is over. And now we are thinking the now we are thinking how we can perform this activity. So what is the process and how we can do this? That is what we are thinking. Okay. So let us see how we can solve this issue, and let us see how we can perform this activity one by one. Point number one. First of all, what we need to do is we need to understand that how we can perform this activity, and let me tell you how we can do this. So let me now go to the Salesforce environment and see here. Let me go to the Salesforce environment now and show you exactly what customer expected from us. And for logging to the Salesforce environment, as usual, please note we will be having separate ID and password for every user, and that is a process we are going to follow. And now, by using that ID and password, I will be going to the Salesforce environment, and I can see screen something like this. Okay, so now the first thing is to provide the window or the option for customer by which he can actually enter the information. Okay, so let us see how it goes. First of all, we are trying to see how we can solve this problem. And please note here, we are trying to see that how we can create a form in Salesforce. Form means something like this, where we can have some options like this. This is called as form. And please note that you need to understand one important thing, that being a new person or you being a new people in the industry, I will be giving you around 10 to 15 various important documents for your further job, for your further journey, so that you can work properly in the Salesforce environment after getting your first job in Salesforce. In this case, it will be pretty much easy for you to do your daily activities if you follow that document, because those documents will be giving you the solutions, the step by step best practices, the method of getting the solution, some sample code, some sample data. So this way it will become easy for you to easily work and make your journey smooth, even though being new to this industry. Okay. So for that purpose, what activity to do and how to understand all these things. That anyways, I'm going to explain you time to time. But understand one important thing: not only you, but even experienced people use such kind of best practice documents in Salesforce, and according to that, they give the good performance in the office. Okay, so I'm going to give that document to you in upcoming time, or maybe at the end of the journey syllabus. Right now, you assume you have those documents, and assume you are searching in the document how to solve these problems. Which problem? You're trying to see how we can create a form in Salesforce. And in this case, you came to know that you can create the form in Salesforce by a concept called as object. What is the meaning of object? No idea. Right now, you don't know all these things. But actually, you came to know the solution is object. Second is, you're trying to understand now. You remember, customer also said, I need a table in Salesforce. So you are trying to understand how we can create a table in Salesforce. Again, in that document, you came to know it's possible by object creation. Okay. Third, now please note, for people like you and me, this is a very important area in Salesforce where we are going to spend many months of our career or many years of our career. Similarly, for customer, this tab is very important because whatever they will do, most of the time they will do by tabs only. So in this case also, it's very necessary for us to create the tab for customer, and we are trying to understand how we can create it. And while searching about that, again we came to know that's also possible by object. So it means we are having three problems, and for all we are having only one solution, and that's called as object creation. Okay, great. So it means object creation is something very important. But right now we still don't know what is the meaning of object, but that's fine. At least we got the direction to solve the problem. Fine. So let us see now what exactly is object, because we don't know what is the meaning of that. So let me explain you in 3 lines what is the meaning of object. Most of the people I saw who are new to industry while taking their interviews in the market, I saw mostly they're not clear with this. They're confused with this or they don't know about the object. But please note here, let me tell you something about that. In 3 lines, if you understand that 3 lines, you will be very clear with the data modeling concept of Salesforce, the way new people are confused in the market. And you have to focus on just 3 lines, one, two, three. So here I'm going to compare the database concept versus Salesforce concept. Pay attention. In database, for example, we have concept called as table. Here we have object. In database, we have concept called as row, and in record and in Salesforce, we have concept called as record. And also in database, we have concept called as column. In Salesforce, we have concept called as field. That's all. If you just understand these 3 lines, everything will be clear to you. For example, let's say this is a database table in Salesforce, or let's say in any technology, it's a database table, and here we are having some columns. The table name is, let's say, client information. We have some columns, and let me talk about that columns as well. And the columns are something like this: name of the customer, industry of the customer, the annual revenue of the customer. Okay, and this kind of data we are having. So this entire structure actually in Salesforce language is called as table. Second, these things in Salesforce language is called as record. Third, these things in Salesforce language is called as columns or fields in Salesforce language. Okay. So please note the right hand side thing is in Salesforce language, object, record, field, that is in Salesforce language. And now please note, as you understood all these things, then a question may come in your mind that Shekhar, row and record, column and field is like fine, almost similar word as per English grammar or English vocabulary. But object and table, this is completely different. So, what is the reason we call object in Salesforce such a different name? Now, one of the possible reasons for this, let me tell you, is this. Please note here, Rajesh, check your chat box. Please note here that now I'm going to tell you one specific reason why, one of the reason why we call it as a kind of object in Salesforce. So here we go. I'm going to explain you one limitation in Salesforce, and then you will get the idea about that. So see here, suppose this is you, suppose this is you, and you are actually here working in, and let's say this is your database table. This is your database table. Okay. So maybe you are working in .NET and you're working in Java, okay, something like this. And please note here, let's say you're working in .NET or Java or PHP or Oracle, okay. In this case, you are definitely having the access to work on this core database level. Directly, you can work on this, no problem. But if suppose you can work on designing, you can work on database, you can modify, you can do whatever you want to do. But you are working in this direction. In this case, then at this time here, you will not be having the access to the direct database in Salesforce. So suppose you are working in Salesforce and now you are working on database level. Please note, at this time, you don't have access because of the policy of Salesforce. And the Salesforce policy is that here, Salesforce is not going to give you the direct access to the database, no matter you are a developer, senior developer, vice president of the company, or CEO of the company. Then also Salesforce says, I'm not going to give you the direct access to my database. Then what we do? So in this case, we have one additional activity to do. Here, Salesforce says, I will give you one intermediate layer that is called as object. Salesforce says, you work on this, but behalf of you, I will work on this, the database layer. So please note, guys, that's why as we know our limitations, we work on object. We directly don't work on the table, and that's why we don't say table in Salesforce. We say object. This is a standard convention. You also follow the same thing. Don't say table, say object. Okay, now as you understood that table is what, or object is what, or other things are what, now let us see how to create a table in Salesforce. The process is like this. You can create the table by this way. Please note, in Classic, you have to follow these steps, which I will recommend you right now because you are a beginner level person. But later, once you become confident in Classic, then you can move to Lightning also. That's totally fine. Please note right now, we are at the initial step of the syllabus. And here, and please note here, so right now, understand one important thing, 85% time we are going to spend in the Lightning and 15% time we are going to spend in Classic. So as of now, you just work on Classic, but rest of the time we are going to spend in Classic Lightning when you are going to become confident. Okay. So initial 2 3 days Classic, and then most of the time in Lightning. So let us see now what's going to happen in this process. Fine. So let's see how to follow the Classic experience step, and maybe from the next session onwards, we will take or will spend time on Lightning, which is also in good demand in the market. So I'm in Salesforce environment now, and I'm going to click on setup to follow the steps. Scroll down. Then after that, go to create. Then after that, go to objects. Click on objects. Now here you will see the list of all the tables present in your Salesforce environment. But anyways, we are not having any interest in working on existing table, those tables which are already present. We are interested in creating our own table. So for that person, just click on, for that purpose, please click on new custom button, custom object button, which is at the top of your screen. And by clicking on this, we can proceed for creating step by step new table in Salesforce. So let me talk about the button which I'm clicking. Click on this button. Now it will give you one page. Now just compare here one interesting thing with other technology. If suppose you have to create a table in other technology, .NET, Java, etc., whatever technology, please note you have to understand the very important thing, that is the installation of database, then working on the connection strings, then also working on the other important factors, that is the store procedures. And apart from that, here we need to also understand the information related to the command parameters. You should also have good knowledge of database technologies, etc., etc. Then you can work in that technology. But if you are working in Salesforce, please know you just have to fill this page. Just enter the information in this page and nothing else. That's all. You don't need to have any technical knowledge also or database knowledge also. So please note, this is one of the reasons why I have seen even many non-IT, non-technical guys also making a very good career in Salesforce industry. So let's proceed and fill the information. There is a question that what is the difference between Classic and Lightning? So please note, one is the look and feel, and second is the programming pattern. This is enough as of now for a beginner level person like you. So two differences are enough as of now. Fine. So now let's proceed and understand how to fill the information. But you at the beginning level assignment only focus on this red color. Only enter into this red color. That's all. Okay, because remaining things you will automatically come to know in future. Right now, only enter red color information, nothing else. Okay. What is this label? Label means name of the table. Okay. Now we don't know what is the purpose of this table. So how we can give a proper name? First of all, let's ask customer what is the purpose of this table. So we are asking customer, sir, please let us know what is the purpose of this table, why you want this table. Customer is saying, okay, let me tell you. Customer is saying, actually, in this table, see, I'm having various branches. Customer is saying, my company is monster.com. My business is third party staffing or providing staffing for the multiple companies. And now in this case, I'm having what various branches. Branch one, I'm having branch two, branch three. Now in my branches, people come and they fill the form. The people who are looking for job, they come, they fill the form and enter the information like their first name, last name, age, experience, etc. And they submit the form. So now I want to stop that process and I want to actually proceed for entering this form information into the software format. That is a Salesforce software which we are planning to use. So for that purpose, I need a table where I can save this all form information. Now, as we got the purpose, we said, okay, sir, thank you. And now let's use a meaningful name by understanding this purpose. So we can give a meaningful name like, let's say, for example, monster.com, the company name, the client name, and job form, something like this, because we are filling the job related forms in this table. Okay. Now, after this, look at the second option, plural label. Now, here, what you need to do, you just need to copy this text and paste it here and put S at the end. Give a plural name here. Now, why we are giving plural name? Let me tell you. Please note here, because this plural name will be used here after some time when a tab will be created. But what exactly is the purpose behind this tab? Let me tell you, or the purpose of giving multiple like plural name. Please note, whenever your customer is going to work in Salesforce, he will work by this tab. And in one tab, we will be having hundreds or thousands of records in Salesforce. Now, here, as per your English grammar, which you learn in your school days, where your teacher taught you that if you have one entity, you are going to use singular name. If you are having multiple entities, then you are going to use plural name. Please note here, as per that format only, we give plural name for the tabs in Salesforce, because in this industry, the convention is the tab name should be given as a plural name because we have multiple records in that. Okay, that's why we have given plural name. Next, this one is for internal purpose. Don't touch it, leave it. It's not for us, it's for internal purpose. So leave it. Next, scroll down. Now see wherever other red color option is there. Now here is a red color option. Okay, fine. So let's work on that. What is the purpose behind this section or this option? I will tell you. Suppose you have a table like this, and let me talk about this. So assume that you are having a table like this. Rajesh, check your chat box. And in that table, suppose you are having this information, and let me just tell you something about that also. This is a table, and assume that here, please note that you are having some kind of section, some kind of columns in the table, and now point number, let's say customer's name, and apart from that, customers industry and annual revenue, etc., etc. Okay, now pay attention, one interesting thing. Now please note here that in this case we need to also understand, generally we can have one first column. Generally we can have first column in this case, and that first column will be like serial number 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, so now in this case, if you want this kind of structure, if you want this kind of structure, then for you this is the area. So this is for that purpose, what actually you want to use. Okay, so we have two options in this case, text and auto number. If you select text or auto number, what will happen? If you select text, then Salesforce will say you that Shekhar, that first column, and entering the data in the first column, and also entering the unique value in the first column is your responsibility. I am going to do nothing in this case. So Salesforce will do nothing. We have to take care of all these things, and that's why customers mostly don't like first option. If you go for second option, please note Salesforce will say, I will take care of everything. I will ensure each and every record will have unique number. I will take the responsibility. And that's why people like second option because they will not have any extra overhead by this option. So let's go for the second option, which is very famous in the industry. In the second option, if you select, you will get two more fields, display format, starting number. Starting number is of course one. There is no doubt about this. And display format, just do one thing. Just copy this information and paste it here. Wait, let me copy one more time, not this one. Let me copy this, copy and paste it here. Now what will happen? Now because of this, the first record that we are going to create in Salesforce will have automatic number as A0001. Second record will automatically get a number A0002 and so on. Now a question may come in your mind that Shekhar, this A is having no meaning. So can we use something meaningful? Yes, we can and we should. Let's replace A and give some kind of meaningful information. Let's say candidate I can write, person I can write, or maybe the customer I can write, or maybe simply a form because we are filling the form. And instead of 0000, just give single zero. Now what will happen? Now the first record that we are going to create in Salesforce will have automatic number form 1. The second record that we are going to create in Salesforce will have automatic number form 2 and so on. This is how it's going to work. Okay. So this way, please note after 9, it will become automatically 10. You don't worry. After 99, it will become automatically 100. You don't worry. It will work automatically. Okay. Fine. So let's move ahead and now let me talk about the next point. Do you see any red color option here? No, there is no red color option. But still, I will recommend you to work on the last option. Fine, these are not red color, so leave it as of now, being a beginner level person. But work on the last option. Why? Because it's asking you that Shekhar, would you like to have a tab for customer or not? Now I'm saying if you don't create the tab, then how customer will work? We definitely need tab. Otherwise, customer may not be able will not be able to work on this. So definitely we need tab. So don't forget to select the last checkbox and save. Now because of last checkbox, three more steps will come now. See here. And just look at this. Three more steps came. In the step number one, you just select the color, nothing else. You just select the color. Every tab will have a color. You just select the color in this case. So you can select any color from this. Please note in the past we have worked in one very famous hospital chain of India and we helped them to set up their business on Salesforce. At that time we used this option. Also we have worked in the past for a very famous school chain of India and also for them to set up the business in Salesforce. That time we use this option. So depending on that your customer's business, you select what you want or what customer is doing in the industry. Right now, let me select any random value. Let's say maybe airplane, and let me select this. And now, remaining things are optional on this page. Just skip it, not important. So skip it. But in the next step, step number 2, this information is very important. Important for your exam also, certification exam, and important for your interview also. So what is that? Let me tell you. Here Salesforce asking you that Shekhar, tell me for which profile. Profile means department in the company. Sales department, marketing department. So for which profile you want me to show the tab here or you don't want to show the tab here. Simply tell me what I need to do. So please note guys, for this purpose, we are having three options. Option number one, option number two, option number three. We are having three options. Let me explain you that option. For example, here I will take an example. So assume that there is a person and the name of the person is, let's say, for example, Ashok. And assume that he is from marketing department. Okay, so what will happen? By the way, if I select this first option, then whatever I'm selecting, it will apply for every department. But that I don't want. If I want to select separate values, then select this second radio button, and now you select separate values like this. Separate values like this. Okay. So let us proceed. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to speak about the I'm going to speak about Ashok marketing department. So if I select the value Ashok default on, let us see what will happen. If I select the default on value for Ashok, then Ashok and his team will be able to see the tab here. And please note here, so let's say for example, Ashok is from marketing department, and these are the people. This is Ashok, and these are some people in his department. So whenever they will log into Salesforce, they all will be able to see the tab here. Okay, what if I select the second value, which is default off? Then if I select the default off value for Ashok's department, then they will not be able to see tab here, but they will be able to see tab here in the plus sign. What this plus sign is? This plus sign is also called as all tabs. And as the name specifies, this is nothing but the collection of all the tabs you and me can have in Salesforce. So let me click on this plus sign and see what's going to happen. So you can see this is collection of all the tabs in Salesforce. And what we do in the real-time project, whenever we have some tabs which we are using regularly, the regular tabs, we keep it here. And whenever we are having the tabs which are not regular, the non-regular tabs, we keep it here. This is how we work in Salesforce. Okay. So now let me tell you whatever I told one more time in the format of notes and pay attention. So right now we have discussed the custom tab visibility option, in which we understood that default on, if you select, then the tab will be visible on tab bar. If you select default off, tab will not be visible on tab bar, but it will be visible in all tabs. That is plus sign in Classic and pen sign in Lightning, that you will come to know soon. And if you select tab hidden, then neither this tab will be visible on tab bar nor it will be in all tabs. And please note here that in fact for the particular profile, the tab will be as good as not in existence. And this is how actually it is going to work. Okay, fine. So now let's proceed. And now let's try to take some action. And here what we are going to do, assume that our customer told that for every department, this tab should be available, and that too should be available here. So how we can do this? Let me tell you. First of all, we will select this option so that it will be visible for everyone. And then in that, we will select the option default on. So for every department, the tab will be available here as per the customer's requirement. And now click on next. And let us see what's going to happen in this next step. Now, please note in this page, Salesforce asking third and final question. It's saying, Shekhar, there are many applications in your environment you have, standard, etc., existing. So for all the applications you want to show this tab, I'm saying no. I only want to show this under this application, which is right now I'm working. Only here I want to show the tab, nowhere else. Then please note guys, just select this option and ensure that you're not making this allowed for all the applications, and come down at the bottom. And by coming at the bottom, you will have one option called as monster.com application. So only select this for monster.com application and for no other application, because we are not interested in any existing application. We are interested in only our ongoing projects application, that's monster.com application. And after this, You have successfully completed the object. How to identify whether you completed object or not? You can identify by this name, custom object. If you can see this page, it means you have completed the object and you have now done your first activity. So now it's time to go for a meeting. Customer is asking for a meeting and he's saying, guys, I want urgent meeting with you. And we are saying, okay, sir, fine. And now here we are with the meeting. Now customer is online. Customer is saying, guys, first of all, tell me what you have done till this point. What is the current status? And now let me tell you something about that. What is the current status? And please note, guys, here, one important thing you need to understand that in many projects, time to time, we have to give the demonstration to customer. And also, please note that mostly it will be on the weekly basis. Sometimes it will be also in the format of let's say daily basis. Again, it depends on company to company. But please ensure that whatever project you are working and whatever format you are working, we are trying to cover here most of the scenarios in the industry so that tomorrow, whenever you are joining any company, the way my previous batch students started working confidently and made a good career in Salesforce, similar to that, you will be also able to work in this industry. Okay, so that's the purpose we are having this all real-time discussions only, and let's move ahead. So customer saying, guys, tell me what is the current situation. So let me refresh the current page so that I can just show all the latest thing to customer. And now here I'm saying to customer, sir, I have created under your application one tab. And customer saying, what is the tab? What is the meaning of that? We are saying, sir, by using this tab, you can do the data entry of your business. You only said, right? You want to enter the data in the business. You can use this. So you can here enter the data, see the data, edit the data. You can delete the data, sir. You can do all these things. Customer said, great. Click on the tab. We clicked on the tab. Customer saying, why there is no record? We are saying, sir, you never entered any data. That's why there is no record. Customer said, okay. Then how to enter record? We said, sir, click on this new button. And after you click on the new button, you can see a page like this where, sir, you can enter the data. Customer said, fantastic. I want this only. And I'm waiting for that option because I have lots of data in the paper format. Click on the new button. We clicked on the new button. And after that, whatever customer saw, customer is disappointed. Customer said, guys, what is this? I clearly told you I need a page like this where I can enter the data and there is nothing. I'm disappointed by your work, guys. By saying like this, customer left the meeting. And now, as customer left the meeting, we are also now we are also now confused, and we are also thinking what mistake we have done. Please note, guys, we have done one mistake, and that is intentionally done to ensure that you will clearly understand that how important the next topic is, and how by skipping next topic we will be not able to give proper solution even though we work on properly on object level, and that you will come to know by understanding this pyramid structure, which is we need to follow at the beginning level of every Salesforce project. So in this pyramid structure, step number A, that one option, application creation, we saw yesterday only. Option B, we saw today only. Now instead of going to option number C, we directly jumped on option number D and started using. Who will work on the option number C? Who will work on that? That we skipped, right? So now, as we understood our mistake, let's say we contacted customer and sir, we said, sorry, sir, we forgot the option of field creation. Assume that customer is a good person. He said, no problem. Now you work on that. And now, after this, we are proceeding for the field creation, which is the last option or last point of today's session. Let me proceed and let's understand here the information. Anyone is having the audio issue, please re-log in the session because here, let me just tell, because one student is saying not able to hear. Anyone cannot hear, please re-log in as there is no problem of audio with other students. So this is for Shilpa. You message that you're not able to understand or listen properly. So please relog in because there is no problem from my end and no problem from other student also. Fine, let's continue and let's move ahead. So how we can work on the fields? What is the process for field? Let us see one by one. Please note fields are very important for data modeling. Without fields, you cannot save data into the Salesforce database or table or object. Fields are like columns of database table. These three things you need to understand. So let us move ahead and see what's going to happen. First of all, please note that here, if you have, understand this diagram, if you have this table and you are having some columns, fine. In this case, you can enter the data, something like this. Yes, it's possible now. But suppose there are no columns, then can you say something? Absolutely not. This table is useless. There is no meaning of this table. Exactly same thing, creating object and not creating the field is exactly same like that. You must create the fields also. How we can create? Let me show you. You are having two paths. Either in classic you can go in this direction or in lightning you can go in this direction. Both options are there. But here the good thing for you is most of the cases lightning and classic steps screens are common. Hence, you can work very easily in both in upcoming days. Okay, so that's a good thing because many things are common, many screens are common, many steps are common in Lightning and Classic. Right now, let's focus on Classic because you are a beginner level person and follow the steps which in front of you. Okay, so let's follow the steps. Step number one. First of all, go to Salesforce and go to Setup. Scroll down, go to Create, and then go to Objects. And then after this, scroll down and find the object which you just created. Our object name is what? Monster.com job form. You just created. So just select that object because we are interested in that object. We are working on that object. So here we go. And you will come back to that same page which we just saw before a few minutes. Now this page is actually called as object definition page. Also in real time project or in the interviews, they will also call it as a object detail page. Okay, object definition or object detail. Remember both the words because your interviewer can ask you anything. Now, in this case, the first section is some general information. You can have some general information about your table, the table name, etc., etc. Then you can have a section called as standard field. Now, the word standard itself makes clear standard means something which is by default available in Salesforce. So, these fields are by default available in Salesforce, standard fields. Next, please note now here, this is the interview question also that whenever we create a table in Salesforce, what fields we get automatically. Or also they will ask something like this, which was asked in TCS company and it was the interview question for my ex-student. The question was, what are the standard fields in Salesforce? Owner, name, last modified by, created by. These are the standard fields in Salesforce. Sometimes to confuse you guys, they will ask one more question after this and they will ask you something like this. Then what are the audit fields in Salesforce? Please note, now this answer is rarely known by people in the industry. Please note the answer is here, same. Owner, name, last modified by, created by. These are the four fields, same answer. Please note here, again same answer. Just they will use a different name, audit fields, because they know most of the people don't know this word. Okay, so you remember this, and if they ask you in the interview this question, you can answer confidently. But the problem with the standard fields is we cannot run our business on these standard fields. We cannot run the business on standard fields. We need the our own custom fields also because suppose you have data to enter where you are going to enter customer's name, let's say customer's address. customer's phone number, customer's bank account number. How you will enter? There is no option. For this reason, we cannot depend on this in the business. We have to actually work on custom fields and you have to click on the new button. So let's click on the new button and see what's going to happen. What kind of options we are having here. So look at this. Now you will see the list of all the different types of fields available. Please note here one important information. This is nothing but the type of the field. This is nothing but the information about this field. I request everyone to at least read at least once this right hand side information so that you will have a proper idea what kind of fields to use when in the real time project activities we are going to start from the next session. Let me give some quick overview. If you want to go for checkbox like this, where you can check uncheck means no, you means customer will do check uncheck for the options like married, unmarried, handicap, not handicap. Go for checkbox. Customer entering any financial information, currency. Customer entering any date and time information, this field. Customer entering email information, this field. Customer entering any latitude, longitude of any location on the planet Earth, the way you learn in the geography subject in school days, then geolocation, rarely used. Any numerical value, length, height, width, go for number. Any percentage rate of interest of bank, percentage of academic scores, go for percentage. Phone number, go for this. Now pick list and multi-select pick list, what is that? Let me tell you. Now you know what is the meaning of pick list, but you know it by the different name. Because in other technology, like it's called as drop down list in .NET, Java, HTML, PHP, Oracle. In every technology, this is called as drop down list. And let me show you an example also. I'm talking about this drop down list. But in Salesforce, we don't call drop down list. In Salesforce, we call as a pick list. That's the only one difference. Means only name is different. Otherwise, concept is same. Okay. If you want to create a pick list, then go for this. That is a drop down list. But only one value will be selected. If you want to go for that option where you can select multiple values, then you go for this multiple values and only one value. Okay. Depending on your business requirement. If customer is looking for selecting a value which is, let's say for example, kind of let's say one line information. Okay, so in this case you can go for this option also. So tick list. And now if suppose customer is entering one liner alpha numerical data, one liner alpha numerical data, then in this case you go for text. If customer is going for multiple lines alphanumerical data, then you go for text area also, text area long also, text area rich also. So now a question may come in your mind, but Shekhar, what is the benefit of, what is the reason of three options? Because only one option is sufficient, right? So why we have three options? Are they having any differences? Yes, there is a difference. For example, text area can only have capacity of 255 letters. Only 255 letters it can store or it can have. Text area long only 131072 letters and text area rich 131070 letters. So you can see now here that how it works. Please note here it works exactly in this way, and here please note it will simply have different options for you. Okay, so please note this point. And now here let me tell you one important thing. Suppose you have a data and the data is sensitive. Customer is having the data, it's a very sensitive data. For example, social security number for people in America or Aadhaar card number for people in India. These are sensitive data. Anyone can easily misuse your data. So we generally don't show this information. So assume that customer is entering this data in Salesforce, but he is worried that if other people will see my data, then what will happen? At that time, you can solve the customer's problem by this option, text encrypted, where customer will enter. Let's say customer is entering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. Then your data will become like this. As soon as you enter, your data will become like this. We can hide partially, we can hide completely, but without your and my permission. Listen carefully. Without your and my permission, Even CEO of the company cannot see this data. Even CEO cannot see the data. Okay. So this is a very secure and useful information. Please note in the past, we have worked for one insurance company project. At that project, we had many sensitive data fields. At that time, we used this option. Customer was very happy by that option. So you can also make your customer happy by using this kind of options. And now let me talk about one more important thing. That's a question asked in a very famous company, which is in the market. So which is using Salesforce. Ask my student in the past, what is the latest field you worked in Salesforce? That was a question in that interview. Now, please note this kind of questions come in the interview, especially because they want to actually know, are you really having the latest knowledge about Salesforce things or not? Are you really keeping yourself updated or not? Because they want people who are also having latest information about Salesforce. But the problem which happens is when actually we start working in a company, we are having office load, we're having family responsibilities, etc. Many things are there. It becomes very difficult for us to actually keep yourself updated with latest things happening in Salesforce. And because of that, what we do is we lose the understanding or clarity of new things happening in Salesforce. And finally, we can't understand what to answer in the interview in such kind of cases because we lose the grip in the real time projects or let's say new things happening in the market. So don't worry. For this, we are having one good solution. Actually, here, because of that purpose only, we started a new pattern. And the pattern is to keep students updated with the latest things. We created a group like WhatsApp where many new things about the Salesforce industry will be explained, or let's say maybe shared new things happening in Salesforce time to time. Plus, in that group, you will also see the things or information like for example any openings are there because I also help students to get a job in the market of Salesforce. So any opening is there, that information you will get in that group. If any student got the job, then what is his success story, that information you will get in the group. If anyone is looking for side income opportunity, means now by using your Salesforce skills you want to start working on some projects and get some side income, then for that purpose, I also provide the information to my students in that group so that if anyone is having time after the office hours or on the weekends, the way my previous batch students are doing, you can also start earning by that activity and put your time. So the very many useful things happen in that group, and let me show you what that group is or which this group is, because here you are going to be here you are going to be also you are going to be also part of that group. Let me show you here, by the way. And here you go. So this is the group in which you will be also added. Right now, there are 3,611 people in this group. And please note that in this group, we have various useful discussion about the job openings and the success stories of student. Anyone got a job, then how he got the job, or any interview questions, or any useful information, or any student got the job, then what kind of efforts he took, etc., etc. So many useful information will be there in that group, and you can take the benefit of that group. You just have to spend hardly 1 2 minutes in that group daily, and you will be able to get good information about many things in Salesforce in that group. Okay, and by that group, you will be able to keep yourself updated. So you will be added in that group in upcoming time. Nothing to worry. What is the answer for this question, by the way? The answer of this question is time. Time is the latest field which actually we have in Salesforce. This is the latest field. Next, if you want to enter any URL in Salesforce, then please note you can go for this option. URL website, blog, you can go for this option. And this way, you are having now a clarity of all the fields in Salesforce. Let me now take a test. Are you really clear or not? Assume that customer told us that he wants a first field to be candidate's first name. Okay. Now, in this case, I'm going to give you two options. One is pick list, one is text area. So for the first name of candidate, which option you will select? Please select the value Shekhar and then only type because, as I said, it many times lock the chat box. So tell me, what is your answer? Option 1 or option 2? If customer is asking you to create the first, customer is asking you to create the first name. Option option number 1 or option number 2? Tell me. You have only 5 seconds to answer and then I will answer. Okay, time is up. Fine. Great. So I can see almost everyone gave the correct answer. Yeah, two answers are wrong in the chat box. Two people gave wrong answers. Oh, okay, no problem. Now let me tell you the answer. So please note here, first of all, option number 1, pick list is wrong. In this case, option number 2, text area is also wrong. Is also wrong. I have given both options wrong intentionally to see your focus in the class. And good to see, except two people, everyone gave the correct answer. Please note, the correct answer is text. Now, those two people who gave the wrong answer, let me tell you why those are wrong options. Pick list. How in advance you will understand and you will know what will be the name of customer. How it's possible? It's wrong option. Second, text area. Why you need multiple lines to enter the customer's name? Who is the person in the world who is having the first name present in multiple lines? No one is having the first name which requires multiple lines. So both options are wrong. The correct answer is text because we need only one liner alphanumerical data, and all the people who say text, correct answer. Well done. Please note, like this, you will be getting many confusing questions, confusing options. Now that will be test of your focus in the class. So just be ready because more such kind of questions will come in upcoming days. Click on next. In this page, Salesforce asking you to enter the name of the field. Of course, it's going to be first name, no doubt about this. Length, let's say 20 is enough. Description. Now, please note here, I'm going to tell you something about my project or our X projects, how we did the work in this. Apart from that, let me tell you one more important thing that in this training program, we try to focus on one important thing that we are not wasting the time and money of the students by teaching them in the format of school and college and waste their time and money because after this they're not going to get any benefit in the interviews and also job. We strictly ensure that we are avoiding such kind of teaching pattern. Otherwise, then there is no need of coming to our training program because same thing you can see everywhere in the industry with every trainer. We specially focus here that the students are actually becoming ready for the projects by the end of the training, and this is what happened with all the previous batches. This will be also the plan for your batch also. For that purpose, whenever I will be getting a chance to explain you how we guys are working in our projects, you need to keep all these things in your mind clearly and use in your first job exactly same way. And this way, you will have a very good journey. And once you completed your first initial, or let's say first 1 2 months in your office, then please note, after that, you will have a very, very smooth career in your Salesforce journey. So right now, let me tell you something from my company. Description, what we use in the description or how we did in the previous project. And also not we, but also I saw many companies in the market do the same. In many cases, description, this field people keep blank. But I have seen some companies and also in my companies, we mention here the information about the task number. What is that? See, suppose Shekhar is a junior person and project manager gave a work to Shekhar by saying, Shekhar, today you create the first name in this table and I'm going to give this task to you. The task number is 1 2 3, for example. Because managers will always give a task number so that they can identify how many task is done by which person, how many pending, etc. So let's say Shekhar will simply do one thing. Shekhar will ask manager what is the task number and he will mention task number 1 2 3. So what is the benefit of this? Now suppose tomorrow Shekhar is on the leave for 10 days or he joined another company. So the colleagues of Shekhar will understand why this field is created. Oh, it's because manager gave task number 1 2 3. So this is how we are taking the benefit of this. You can also do this in your first job or in your upcoming jobs. Help text. Now, if suppose your customer is not able to understand what to enter in this field, we can use help text. For example, something like this. Dear user, please enter your first name here. Example, John. So where customer will see this? That I will show you in 2 minutes. Don't worry. Wait. Required. Do you want to make this field compulsory? No, we don't want. Leave it. Unique. Do you want to make this field unique? No, we don't want. So leave it. But do you think we need to? It is good idea to make first name unique? It's absolutely bad idea. For example, if suppose anyone is entering the first name of the person and the first name of the person is let's say Ram, then if I select this option, then no other person in that table, in that database, can have first name equal to Ram. Is it the correct option? No, it's not a correct option. There can be thousands of people in the world with the name Ram. So definitely that is not a correct selection. Okay, skip it. External ID, now this you will come to know later because right now you're a beginner level person. So you don't know what exactly is the meaning of the object to object connectivity or reference. So you will come to know about this later. Right now, don't focus on that. Skip it. It's optional. Now, default value. If you want to show a by default value in the first name before customer type anything like a kind of placeholder, you can type here. Let's say, for example, John. You can put in the single quotation or double quotation, but please put in the quotation. Click on next because it's a text data. Now, in this page, Salesforce asking one more question, which is the third step. Salesforce asking Shekhar, tell me for which department you will show this field and not show, etc. Means visible and read only. So what is the meaning of that? See, visible means for this department, whatever we select, the field will be able to, they can see the field and they can edit the field. And read only means what? They can see the field, but they cannot edit the field. Okay. Now, here we go. I have a question for you. For this field, for this department, make it visible, read only. For this, visible, not read only. For this, not visible, not read only, etc. Who will decide this in the real-time projects? Option number one, you will decide this, or you and me. Option number two, our manager will decide this. Tell me the answer, one or two. What is your answer? One or two. Who will decide all these things in the office, in the project? Think properly because my options can be wrong also. My options can be wrong also, or maybe correct also. Great. This time also I'm getting most of the answers correct. Well done. Please note here, both options are wrong. Both options are wrong. Anyone who said client, anyone who said customer, you are absolutely correct. Well done. Correct answer. Please note, we have no rights to decide all these things. You and me and your manager and my manager is no one to decide the business policies. This is decided by customer, that who can see, who cannot see. Okay. So correct answer. Assume that our customer said this field is important for every department. So let's make it visible for everyone. And also customer said they are not going to only see, but they are going to enter the data also. So let's not make read only because customer said they are going to enter data also. And come down and click on next. And in the next step, customer is asking, Salesforce is asking something to you, but you have to do nothing on the step number 4. Why? Salesforce asking, Shekhar, do you want to show the field to customer? I'm saying yes. Then in this case, here, Salesforce asking, then select this checkbox. I'm saying it's already selected. Then Salesforce is saying, then don't do anything. Just select this save button. Just click on the save button and that's all. Please note, in this case, we just click on save button, do nothing in this step. Just don't do anything, that's all. And now here, once it is done, then you will see this page. Where on this page, so where on this page you can see your custom field is ready. Your custom field is ready. And by the way, there is a question in the chat box about the difference between save and new. If you click on the save, it means you want to stop. You want to create the field and stop. If you go for save and new, it means you want to complete the field and again you want to go for another field creation. Okay. So this way the difference is save and new. So we don't want to create one more field. That's why we did not select save and new because we want to create one and just we want to stop. So now guys here, this Custom field is your field that we created. This is the interview question that, and by the way, please note before interview question, let me tell you one more important thing that here, this is something which will be used by customer while using the software. They will use this field. Here, please note API name is something used by people like you and me. We are going to use this. Okay, it's for you and me while working on technical side. Okay. Now, in this case, please note here. Now we need to understand one important thing. What is that? Let me tell you. There is a question: is first name takes integer value? Yes, it will take integer because alphanumeric means alphabets also numeric also both allowed. Fine. So now please note guys, in the interview they sometimes ask you what is the meaning of API name. So tell API stands for Application Programming Interface. It's an internal name used for technical things in Salesforce. Second, they will also ask you how by API name you will identify whether any field or whether any object is created by you or already present in Salesforce. So tell in the interview if at the end it's underscore underscore C, something like this, it means it's created by us. C means custom. Then interviewer will say you, yes, you are right. But again, he will try to confuse you. He said correct. C for custom, all said correct. So does that mean that for standard things we will have underscore underscore S? Tell him confidently, no sir, there is no such concept called as underscore underscore S in Salesforce. There is no such extension for standard things. Please note, these are the interview questions. And now it's time to give the demonstration. Customer is actually looking for the demonstration. And what customer is saying, let me show you. He is looking for a demo. What is the current situation? Customer is looking for a demo. And how we can give a demo to customer, let me show you. For that purpose, we have to go for the Salesforce environment. And by going to the Salesforce environment, I'm going to give a demonstration. And the demo will be something like this. I'm going for the home page and see what's going to happen. And look at this. And we click on the tab and come to this page and click on new and see here. Please note here, now this is coming because of result of our last 5 minutes efforts. Here first name is coming because we are given the label. This yellow message is coming because it's a help text. And this John is coming because it's a default value. So whatever you did, everything is coming here. Okay. Let me type here Shekhar instead of that and save. And this way we have successfully completed our first record in Salesforce in our first object in our first application. We have done it successfully. By the way, here, did I enter this? No, I never entered this. Then why it's coming automatically? Because before half an hour, we wrote one logic or rule of this so that every record will have automatic numbering. Okay, next. Now, after this, here, please note, in this case, you have this, in this record, you have the standard field, this is standard field, this is standard field, this is standard field. But this is the only custom field you have in your table. Okay, so this way you have successfully created a first record. Now by using this knowledge, I want you to perform an assignment. And what is that? Here we need to understand one important thing, and what we need to do is this. First of all, I'm going to give an assignment in the exactly same format the way we get in the real-time project, because I told you this program is designed to give you guys the exposure to the real-time industry and many convention and the scenarios of the real-time project. So here we go. So this is how we mostly get the requirement from customer in terms of diagram or screenshot or in terms of the video, document, etc. Where customer will explain you this kind of requirement, we have to do this. So assume that the same requirement you have. Okay. And let me tell you something about this. Point number one here. Now here, please note that in this case, you can see that this is a text field. This is a pick list. This is possible a pick list. This is possible by pick list multi-select. This is possible by text area. This is possible by number. This is possible by currency. This is possible by text. This is possible by email. So this is how you can create this output. Now tell me, those people who are confident enough and you think that you can achieve this target, let me know by saying yes in the chat box. Do you think you are confident enough to achieve this target and the requirement given by customer? Okay, great. So I'm getting yes, yes, possible. Okay, fine, fantastic. Please note, it is definitely possible if you properly attended today's session. And please note here that one more important thing, if you stuck at any point of time, you just drop email to me and let me know, and I will help you. So this way you can successfully accomplish this activity also. Now let me tell you one more important thing, which is essential for those people who are looking for the job in the Salesforce market. So please note, there is one program that we conduct for the people who are looking for job in the Salesforce market. But this is for those people who are actually looking for job and not having right now any job in Salesforce. So please note, it's a free program we conduct from last many years in the market. So this will be important information for you. So understand what is that. So point number one here, please note that this program is not applicable for anyone who is having any employer. Please note, it's not for you. And apart from that, here we need to also understand that if you are having already the job in Salesforce, then also here this is not this is also not suitable for you because you are already having the job. And please note that only for those people who are looking for a job right now, not having any Salesforce job, is for you. Because sometimes in the training, in my training program, even those people who are already having a job of Salesforce, they also attend, they also come because they want some detailed knowledge of Salesforce and they are not able to work properly in their office, and that's why they want to learn Salesforce in detail. So that's why people also come for that background. So now let me proceed and tell you what this program is. This program is managed under my company's network, that's Interlogic, and this is my software company. We worked on Salesforce projects and we are having various customers in the market where we help them to set up their business. And now let me tell you here, our core area of the project is Salesforce consulting, implementation, and etc. Now here, please note another important thing that here this is program is like initially this company started on the consulting process, only working on sales software purpose because that is the reason of this company. But now whatever network we have, by using that network and partners, we are also helping people like you to get a job in the Salesforce market for free. So now let me tell you what this program is doing in the market. So please note, this network is right now is having more than 7,500 students who are helping my new students to get a job in their company, plus lots of clients for which we did the work in the past. We help them to set up their business in Salesforce. 100 plus HRs vendors who are in our network. Some are my friends, some are my relatives. Few CEOs, my students. Few directors, my students. Few PMs, my students. Few TLs, my students. You will also come to know about their names in that group where I told you you will be joined. And here now, please note, if you look at the current status, then and you compare whatever country you are right now or whatever trainer you know in the market, compare with everyone, and then automatically you will come to know that why people call this as a most useful or the highest placement giving program in the industry. Many people call it as it's a kind of a number one program in the Salesforce industry. But anyways, I want you to compare with all the trainers you know in the market, no matter whatever country you are, and check their placements they are done in 1 year and check our placements. You will automatically come to know why people join this course to get a job in the Salesforce industry. And it's all happening because of the dedicated marketing team we have, the strong network of our ex students who regularly help my new students to get a job, and the Salesforce demand, of course, in the market. And if you talk about the last 1 year performance, almost all the people in the batches got placement. And the special factor is we do this for free for our students. We don't take a single penny, and for that also we are very famous in the market. We help people for free by using our all network and all resources, but still we don't take anything from them for helping them to get a job. If you are from this country, then please note that a good news for you, we are very strong in this country, very, very strong. We do lots of placement in this country. But if you are in this country, then to be honest with you, we are not so strong in these countries, UAE, Germany, Singapore, China. We are new to these countries, but still we can help you better than any other person in the industry. That's for guarantee. But now let me tell you one important thing. Even though right now we are at number one position in terms of placements given by any trainer in the Salesforce industry till today, still I always tell my students, it's not like that I'm having some, let's say, magic stick of Harry Potter, and you will come in the class and I will move that stick and you will get a job. No, it's not going to work like this. We are having our job ready program. If you are combining with your hard work in that program, then only expect result, please. No shortcuts is working here. And for that purpose, we are having some expectations from you from the next session. Why? Because in the next session, we are starting the regular training program. These are some free sessions going on, demo sessions, free sessions, or back project background sessions. But from next session, it's the regular session going to happen. So before that, I want to tell you some clear expectations from you, what we're expecting. In other training program here, the students will expect something from trainer. But in this program, we are having completely opposite. Trainer will expect something from student because here we want you should also get the job like our ex-batch students. And the expectation from you is like this. First of all, let me take you to the company's website and where the expectations are mentioned clearly. This is my company's website, and I told you already that my company's core area is consulting. Our main source of income is the Salesforce projects, Salesforce customers in the market. But we started also helping people like you for free by placement area by using our company's resources or employees or networks. Let me go for placement and let me show you what is the expectations from person like you. And please note one important thing here that in this case, I would like to also tell you one essential thing that for this entire process, whatever we are having, whatever we are discussing, this is the same process we applied for last many years. Now, let me talk about last 1 year, for example. Last 1 year, we applied this program, and you can see more than 150 candidates got a job in this industry, and totally for free. We take the money for teaching, but we don't take the money for helping them to get a job in the market. That's why it's free. And please note, our target is to also place more than that number of students in 2019. Let us see how much will be the count. We will do this counting by December end. Our students are working in all these big companies. The list is long, but only famous companies are mentioned here. And if I come down, you can also see the list of the students who got a job in every month. You can also see we started mentioning even the country-wise placement. And here, I think the October list is pending. So let me just mention that here to website person. So inform website person about October list. Fine. I think he forgot. So we also had lots of placement of October, so that he forgot, I think. And please note here that in this case, if you want to understand how actually the Salesforce future is, whether you should do Salesforce or not, then this blue color button is useful for you. Click on this blue color button and see what's going to happen. And it will show you the list of the people who were same like you. Look at and who were same like you at the beginning, but you can see now here. Don't please note here. Please note here. You can see the list is shown here on the screen. So this shows you that every month from long time here. Please note that in this case, every month we got a good demand of candidates. You can see. So that is the reason for long term Salesforce is a best option. Okay. And please note there is a question in the chat box about Salesforce integrated with AI or machine learning. Please note this is not done is machine learning, but AI they are having internally. Fine. So this is for those people who are thinking whether Salesforce is a long-term career or not. You can see the answer. It's a long-term career. Every month you got good demand, and this is the reason to get rid of this recessions and all these things. People go for Salesforce because they know the demand will be always high in all the cases. Next, apart from that, you can also see this red color button. You can click on this red color button, and this red color button will show you the details or the actual original screenshots of the people who were at one time zero in Salesforce at the beginning of the journey. same like you guys. But later now they are working in this industry today as a senior developer. Some are project managers, some are directors, some are CEOs, some started their own companies, and some are developers also. So please note here, if these people who were some at one point like you, completely zero in Salesforce, and now they're doing very well in their current company, please note you can also do the same thing, because what program they had, the same program you will also having. The only difference is your efforts and their efforts, how it will be, that will be all decided by that. So take best efforts and take best use of this program. So you can see come to this page when you have free time and read their original WhatsApp messages. And now let me come to the main area for which I brought you onto this page, to explain you your responsibility or what we are expecting from you from next session onwards. So we are expecting from you this process. First of all, those people who will be enrolled, you will be starting from next session from this program. So we'll start with Interlogic's career building program, where your path is designed like this. The path is what? From next session, you will learn admin, advanced admin, development, advanced development. After that, we are going to work on Lightning development essentials, integration essentials, then your preparation for the certification, then resume, then for your job, the discussion on interviews, some kind of mock interviews, etc. Then finally, you will be in a job phase. And if everything goes fine, then you will also get a job like my ex students. Now, in this process, we are going to learn those things which industry demands. We don't take outdated old things which is having no connection to industry. We take only those things and trending things which are important for your career and interview and job. Here, we take not only these concepts. So, who will decide all these things? The experts who are in our connection, the HRs, vendors who are in our connection, they will decide all these things. Please note here, I specifically take regular inputs from these market experts to understand what to teach my students. And here, for example, before few months, one person told me that Shekhar, teach your students something about lightning. I added that in my training program. Another person told me that I will hire your students in my company, just teach them something related to the integration essentials. I added that topic in my syllabus as a bonus. So this way, this syllabus is that not designed by you, not me, but by this industry experts contribution. And this program is not going to focus on teaching you, but also making you an expert in terms of the hands-on knowledge, because the pattern here is you are not going to take any kind of syllabus oriented pattern that take one topic and learn, second topic and learn like a school and college. Otherwise, then there is no difference in my training and other person's training. We follow completely different pattern, and the pattern is you are going to be indirect employee of Interlogic for next 10 weeks. Why I'm saying indirect employee? Because one, you're not going to have any kind of ID card or etc. And second thing, you're not working for money, you're just working for getting the experience. And third, you're working in your environment, not the company's environment. That's the reason I said you indirect employee. So what will be the process from the next session onwards is, suppose in the next session I will teach you topic ABC. For example, I will teach you topic ABC. Then immediately I will tell you, see, in Interlogic, we had these problems, the project problems we found on topic ABC. These are the problems, solve it. Next day, I will teach, let's say, topic XYZ. Then I will tell you, see, you understood this topic. Now, these are the problems we are facing right now in Interlogic. Solve these XYZ problems. This way, you are going to work on more than 300 plus project problems of a real-time industry level situations. Please note what a fantastic confidence and knowledge you will be having by the end of the syllabus, because you are working indirectly in a software company in your environment. And please note this pattern will continue for almost 10 weeks and the program will be over, training over, that's all. But sometimes after this training over, after 10 weeks, some people contact me again and they are not in a hurry to get a job. And they say me that, can we have some kind of more project? Can you give me some more project? Then I tell at the end of the syllabus, take two more projects for you and you complete this as per your speed. 2 weeks you can take generally and you can complete. So this way, 10 weeks of compulsory journey and 2 weeks of optional journey. This way, here you people will have a fantastic experience of almost 3 months of working in a real time company, not wasting a time in school or college type of learning. After this, you will be getting, and by the way, I will say this is your biggest return on investment, return on the investment that you are doing in this training program. This is the most important thing. This will give you all the return back. After this, you will be getting the guidance, material, content from my side in terms of certification. Most of the students in our training program plan admin, app builder, or developer certification, and they crack also with whatever materials they get. Plus, here, after that, your resume will be started. Please note, in the market, you will see many people in the industry. They are not getting calls from 8 months, 9 months, 10 months in the Salesforce market. They are not getting even single call. And when I see the resume of those people who contact me to help them, they are not my students, by the way. Then I see their resume is absolutely bad, or the way their trainers designed the resume is not matching with the industry standard. Please note, in our training program, we have one important rule. We say resume first, your knowledge second. Please note, I'm not saying knowledge first. I say your knowledge is secondary, your resume is most important. Because no matter you are having fantastic knowledge, you are the best person in the Salesforce industry, but your resume is ordinary and no one is calling you for the interview. What will you do with your knowledge? Your knowledge is useless. When no one is hiring you, no one is calling you. So please note, that's the reason we focus more on resume also at the end of the syllabus. So as per your country, as per your skill, and as per your experience, by consulting with the expert HR in our network or my ex student who is project manager or who is a senior person in the company, by taking all the helps, your resume will be prepared or guided, or in our coordination it will be made as a final resume, and then you are going to move ahead in the market, so that you will get a good value and good calls in the market like our other students. If you start getting the calls, or if you're not getting, also my marketing team will start providing you various calls in our network, and after that it is your test. So whenever our marketing team will get a call from our network, they will inform you, and that will be informed in the format of the group. I shown you one group, right? In that group, you will get the information. Please note, in that group, there are also some students who are there are also some people who are not my students. But you don't worry about those, because we work on priority on our students. No matter there are some people who are not our students, we are not interested in their career. That will work as a secondary. Our students' career is our priority. So please note, don't worry about that. Now here, this is your area. Prove it that you are really having a good knowledge, and for that only we are taking lots of efforts in this 10 week, because we don't believe in any shortcut to get a job in Salesforce, or any backdoor entry, or any shortcut. Because if you go in this direction, that is a hard working direction, you will have a long term career. If you go in shortcut, in a many cases I have seen, in a short time the company rejected or removed that candidate after a few days, after a few weeks. So go with hard work only. And this way, the way our thousands of people got a job in previous batches, you can also expect the same thing, your dream job. But not only dream job, we also plan to see how we can get a dream job, dream salary for you. Because in our previous batches, people on an average got 40 to 50% salary hike once they completed the course and joined the company. Some students also got a salary hike up to 300%. One person also got 400% salary hike as well. But please note, these are the exceptional cases. 40 to 50% is the common average percentage. And please note, this link I will mail you also. You come to this document, understand this all process, and be ready for your career. Because here, without your contribution, because without your time, it's not going to be possible. Shortcuts are not possible in Salesforce. And now here, one more important thing. One important thing for you is this, that we are having so one offer going on, one limited period offer going on. Let me tell you about that also. So pay attention. And the limited period offer we are right now going on, we are having is that the person who is joining our complete regular program, they will be also getting one add-on course of Lightning, basic to advanced Lightning program will be given to you. So this is not the main course. This will come into the picture after 10 weeks. It's a kind of fast track course. Around 200 topics you are going to learn in this fast track add-on course after the 10 weeks of regular learning. So please note, this is for those people who are joining our complete program. And please note, it's a kind of fast track self-learning mode, having around 200 topics. So again, after 10 weeks, spending one by one daily 1 hour is not suitable. That's why we made this as a fast track. And you are going to learn in this fast track course the syllabus, which I'm going to show you here on the screen, because this will help you to get lots of good calls in the market and lots of good success in the interviews, because this lightning skill is a good demand right now in the market. So you will be able to learn this all information for free. this will come into the picture after 10 weeks of regular training. Okay, so please note, right now we are having this offer. In the past we used to take for this lots of fees, like it was more than 10,000 rupees, but right now we are giving this for fee for our students because the demand of lightning skill we have seen high. So you'll get the benefit. That's why we have made this for free. You can take the benefit of this offer also. And the final thing, please note that the people who joined this session and already made the payment, please note, for you, from next session onwards, the login details will be different. That I will mail you. Those people who already made the payment, wait, I will send the login details. But those people who came with the session for free right now as a demo session, thank you for coming to the sessions. But now, from tomorrow onwards, there is no sessions for you because free demo sessions are over. All the videos and all the other Salesforce login, I will send you one more time today. So anyone miss anything, you can watch again. The group for your further information, further updates, and also placements, you will be added in that group, or you will be sent the information. Check my email in 1 or 2 days. If you have any kind of questions, queries, then you can mail me. And those people who are not yet enrolled, you can enroll and continue your journey from tomorrow onwards. The projected plan is that we are having the session from tomorrow, that is 11 November, morning time of India, 7:10 to 8 a.m. This will be our regular batch, Monday to Friday, 1 hour per day format, no Saturday, Sunday. And yeah, so that's all with the today's session. Now, if you are having any question, any queries, let me know. And those who already made the payment, wait for my email. I will send you how to join from tomorrow onwards. Anyone is having any time issue or anything else of this regular time, just mail me. Anyone is having any question, how to enroll, how to make the payment, for those who are asking in the chat box, please mail me. Time issue, mail me. Payment process information, mail me. Any other question apart from that? There is a question that, so tomorrow we are going to start. Yes, correct. Tomorrow we are going to start. There is one more question that I'm not having any programming knowledge. Will you help me in that case? Okay, please note, if you are not having any programming knowledge, totally fine. We have a special course or special kind of topics or sessions before we start programming. So please note, in that you can attend those sessions and understand the programming things, and you will be also very confident in programming. Don't worry. There is one more question that I have seen lots of jobs in my country, USA. So I'm definitely looking for Salesforce course. Is it possible that you will help in job in USA? Please note, as I said, that we also did regular placements in the past for USA as well. So don't worry. If you are from USA, you can also expect some opportunities from our network. And one more thing, I will do one thing here. Just give 1 minute. Just give 1 minute. As I think the concerned person did not send you the syllabus. So the person who asked the question to me about syllabus, can you please tell me which person sent you the class details? From which person you came to this class? Quickly tell me. So I will ask him to send you. Tell me in the chat box. So I will ask him to tell you and send you all the information about the syllabus. Fine. So just let me know and I will ask that person to send you the syllabus. Yeah. And next question, guys. Next question. Please note here that anyone is looking for the org details. So please note, wait, check for today's email. It will be there. Anyone is looking for video, check today's email. It will be there. Anyone is looking for the payment details, mail me. There is a question, you will be the trainer for all the sessions? Yes, I will be the trainer for all the sessions. And I will do one thing. Let me do one thing. Just check this chat box. Check the chat box if you want to see the syllabus. I will send you here. I don't know how that person forgot. Anyways, look at the chat box. And this is the syllabus, one of the most job focused syllabus in the industry of Salesforce. Look at that. Costing thing, the person who sent you to this class, ask him the costing things. Ask the person. How to make the payment, again, the person who sent you to this class, ask him. He will tell you. Anything else? And the syllabus in your chat box. You can click on that and you can see and compare with any syllabus of any trainer in the industry. You will automatically come to know why people join our course. And you can also compare because you need to also have a clarity, proper idea before you take any decision of your career. There is a question, what are the other Salesforce courses available or recommended after this? No, I don't recommend any course after this because most of the students get the job after this course and nothing needed. So when you're getting the job, then nothing needed. But still, if suppose if your company is asking you to learn other products of Salesforce, then yes, then we can offer that. CPQ is there, Marketing Cloud is there, Community Cloud is there, or apart from that, NPSP is there. Many things are there in Salesforce, but that's not recommended. By this also, this is the only course which is sufficient for you to get a job in the market of Salesforce. That is enough. Anything else? Otherwise, we can close the session. We are done with our today's agenda. We have extended the session because we wanted to close everything today. And fine, I think everyone is done with the question. So, guys, any more help you need, you can mail me. You have my email address, and I will send all the information of this today's video and yesterday's video in email. And let's meet tomorrow with the paid students to start a new journey. I'm signing off. See ya.